Hi. So, we're going to be doing a video basically talking about why the benefits of starting jiu-jitsu or mixed martial arts, or basically any combat-related sport or skill. Pete?
Yeah. Some of the main benefits for me over 10 years has been injuries. No. For me, probably consistency. So something in my schedule which I know is always going to be there. All right. So you might have problems at home. You might have crap going on in your life. But if you've got martial arts, there's always something in that slot ready and waiting for you. That's what I really like about martial arts.
Okay, I did not expect you to say that.
Did you not?
No.
There are a million things.
Yeah.
Right. So flexibility, general. I said injuries is a joke. My body works great. Okay, the way I can move efficiently, I feel strong, all these kind of things. I'm always going to have injuries, but martial arts has forced me to be able to change. Right? Has forced me to grow. What about you? What were you gonna? What are some of the benefits for you?
The benefits for me were I worked. So if we're going to look at it on you did a little bit more of a sort of emotional kind of social view of it as well.
Yeah.
So actually give me a couple of ideas on that one.
Yeah, cool.
So primarily, firstly, I worked in a job where I was working nights, and I didn't have much opportunity to going to the gym, lifting weights. Just wasn't doing it for me anymore. So I started doing Muay Thai and a bit of grappling, and also it helped with what I did for work because I was working in security, and I needed to be able to physically control people and that kind of stuff. It also meant because I worked nights, I didn't really socialise much. Didn't spend much time around people.
That's a big one.
I mean, you do because you're working in bars and nightclubs, but actual social time with normal people that aren't drunk. So yeah, that actually is another thing. You do if you're one of those people that you don't really fit into a particular group or anything like that, or you don't particularly like just going out and doing the whole English thing of pub, drink, drunks. Yeah, martial arts or anything like that gives you a bit of social interaction as well.
I think that's one of the big things for me is it was a positive choice. Like you can like filling that slot with pre-drinking, or filling that slot with doing martial arts so much that I'm so knackered that I can't even be bothered to go out.
Yeah, you just want to go. You're aching that much. You just want to go home to bed and sort of wonder why you got tapped 5 times by your mate.
I think that's one of the big things in sort of underprivileged societies and cultures, right? A lot of boys who would be getting into the wrong sort of things. It's things like wrestling, kickboxing, stuff like that. It's a great filler of that time.
Well, I say the biggest example of that is in the UK is boxing. As I know, that seems to be a common theme we talk about, but the UK has a massive amateur boxing
Tradition.
Tradition of amateur boxing, ABA. So that you can see the impact that sport has in a positive sense on getting kids and younger people out of going down a particularly bad path. And I think jiu-jitsu is starting to do that as well. MMA has definitely. But yeah, I noticed that also the people who are in sort of worse situations tend to gravitate to the more violent. So jiu-jitsu isn't always.
Jiu-jitsu is a bit more middle classy, a bit more. It's getting a bit hipstery, and I think that's cool.
That's one of my hates about jiu-jitsu. I hate. I loathe jiu-jitsu hipsters.
What's wrong with hipsters?
This.
Oh, cool. Thanks, man.
You're welcome, dude.
So, physical benefits. Just list them off. One, it's always helped me keep in shape. I never have anxiety about what I eat. All right. I don't know about you, but it allows me. I know that I'm putting a certain amount of calorific output. I can pretty much eat what I want. You can go, yeah, it's the genes or whatever, but I know that if I'm training every single day, I'm gonna need to refuel. So I don't worry too much about what I eat. If I'm doing a competition or something, I become more mindful of what I'm eating. I'll up kale shakes or whatever, and just cut out some of the crap. But in general, I don't worry that much about what I eat.
Did you just say kale shakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
No, I will. I do like kale. I'm just, laughing at your comments. But no.
What about you? Because I know you like a burger.
I like everything. I like all food. I'm virtually a cannibal. I'll eat anything. No, so, yeah.
But, okay, so...
I can eat, normally what I find, the positive for jiu-jitsu, diet-wise, I'm very different because I've got a slow metabolism, and I hold strength really easy. So we've got completely different body types. Sorry, body type. Sort of metabolisms, different shapes and all that sort of stuff. So I have a very different experience if I'm dieting for competition than Pete does. But that's here nor there. That's not really what we're talking about. One thing I find jiu-jitsu does do is, let's say my time is really constrained. I want to learn a skill, get stronger, and also do some things like maybe learn to defend myself or whatever it is. The nice thing about jiu-jitsu is it gives you strength and conditioning. The one thing you'll find very quickly, especially if you're rolling a lot, is you'll get to sort of muscle exhaustion really quickly. So let's say you haven't really got the time, your choice to do weightlifting, this, that, the other, just roll a lot, and you will get an element of strength conditioning just from that. You will get physically stronger. That will happen.
I was just chatting to one of my guys over at, it's just new in to sort of sign up, and he's saying, I don't want this to sort of interfere with what I'm doing at the gym. He's like, because I feel as if they're going in two opposite directions. And I wanted to try and explain to him, like, well, if you just do an extra session of jiu-jitsu, your body's going to kind of adapt towards that anyway. And what he's saying to me is like, I really like jiu-jitsu, and I kind of actually enjoy it way more than the gym. I think that's one of those things, is I enjoy it way more than the gym as well. Conditioning for me is just something to sort of keep my body together, and maybe if I'm going in for a comp for that little extra edge. So when you're putting in those extra sessions, I think your body will start adapting towards it anyway. Would you agree?
Definitely, and you get a kind of a different strength. It's
yes,
it's very different to be strong in a very linear manner. So squats, deadlifts, bench press. I mean, they're very straight directional. I mean, squats not so much because it's a full body movement and you're using everything. But most other of those strength movements you're not really going to use. So the strength you get from jiu-jitsu is kind of like that old man strength.
Yeah, isometric.
It's like
pressure,
really solid squeeze, pressure, strength, and being able to like hold positions and control you in different ways. So it's a different kind of strength.
So you can
you get more explosive.
Yeah. So you can get somebody who is, on paper very, very, very strong, and I think often I'm rolling with somebody who I know is considerably stronger than me. But if I've got an edge with technique or even just a bit of pressure on that person, it changes the ball game straight away. So that's why I think jiu-jitsu is a good self-defense sort of art, is that obviously strength plays a massive part, but if you have superior technique, that's gonna really, really help.
Yeah, 100%.
What are the benefits? What about because we were talking about jiu-jitsu a lot. Get into jiu-jitsu, go for it. What about MMA?
Reasons to do MMA. So,
or if you're doing like jiu-jitsu, why should you do MMA? Or just for the layman as well?
The reason with mixed martial arts is it gives you that whole package. The problem is, you get into, are you a generalist? Are you specific in a certain skill set? Do you have existing skills you're bringing in? But just for doing it, it's a hell of a workout. It's a hell of a... If you want to do something that you're really never going to... you're never going to be 100% expert at, MMA is probably the way, because every time you're learning a new skill set, and it gives you options to do other things. But I would only really do mixed martial arts if I was either interested in just learning about it because I watch a lot of UFC, I watch a lot of MMA on TV, and I want to learn a bit more about it and maybe compete. Or if you really are thinking, yeah, do you know what, I want to look at maybe competing. Outside of that, I'd be a bit dubious because you very quickly get put off if you just go straight into it and you're just doing it because, oh, I saw Conor McGregor and that looks cool.
Yeah, I find that with often newbies with MMA, people are far, and wrestling, people are more easily put off because they you see something on television, and even just taking one aspect of that, say even just like the grappling, that's hard enough in one regard, and then you look at all those other skills, which are hard skills in themselves, and you get thrown into that, and you just kind of like, it's very easy to get put off. That's why I see people like going into more specific skills like Muay Thai, one or the other. Wrestling's not that popular in this country, but people tend to go for those individual skills. But in terms of like an all-round sort of like decent form of self-defense, MMA is fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, because
it's really good.
Realistically, the nice thing about, I mean, especially if you have a good mixed martial arts coach, there's a good gym, what you'll notice is they're not going to be teaching you this huge variety of techniques. They might be, they probably shouldn't be. What they'll be doing is it's really simple. Like, it's really simple. Your boxing, your striking is your striking. That might be a bit more complicated, but the actual grappling side and wrestling side, they really keep it simple. And they just rinse and repeat the same techniques until you're proficient at it. And then when those techniques stop working in competition, in mixed martial arts fights, that's when they start evolving. And you'll notice this because mixed martial arts is so wide. So you've got to understand that those techniques that are being drilled and done are there because they work. They work really well, and they're tested as working. So that's what you've got to look at with MMA is it being broken down in a nice simple way? If it is, go with it because it's going to be really good. It's going to work.
Practical, very practical. So that's another benefit as to why you should do MMA with Jiu-Jitsu, because it actually does work. It's not. There's no smoke being blown at you about. It works. It really, really works.
Other than maybe De La Higa. So the only problem with Jiu-Jitsu is there are there are some positions, technical positions, which in the gi, which work very well in competition, which probably you wouldn't want to do. No. In a sense of defending yourself.
No.
But outside of that, no. It's great.
As long as you can keep that open mind and that perspective of, we're going down the old sport jiu-jitsu versus
I feel we did this in a past video already.
This before.
Yeah.
But I feel as if like once you sort of get to around blue belt, you should, if you have a good instructor, you should have a decent level of fundamentals by that stage.
Yeah.
Right, which can, if you can understand, mount is a really superior control position, and you get into a fight outside, don't pull guard.
I've done that.
But it worked for you as well.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. There you go. So that's another benefit. Yeah.
Thankfully, multiple people landed on top of me, so they got kicked and I didn't.
So it sometimes works.
By accident.
Okay, so we've kind of done sort of diet and nutrition. I think, just sorry to like skip back to that. I know I said I kind of eat what I want. I am mindful, relatively, of what I eat because it improves my jiu-jitsu. I stopped drinking as well, completely about sort of 3 or 4 years ago. Like literally completely, because I just didn't like the fact of turning up to training, 1, stinking of booze, and 2, just sluggish, and my jiu-jitsu would get affected. And that training section, that one section which I always look forward to, has been kind of marred by, just having some fun last night, or staying. It could just be as simple as like staying up too late, right? I don't like that being affected. That's me being a little bit OCD, but so yeah, I cut out booze, and I'm super happy about that, to be honest, because when you find a practice you really love, it might be yoga or jiu-jitsu or whatever, but when you find a practice you love, you want to start doing other things in your life which help impact
Benefit
one little section.
No, I agree. I find if I'm coming up to a fight, I don't drink. I do a lot of that sort of stuff. My diet gets very strict. Probably should incorporate that for the rest of my life, but there we go.
But we're creatures of motivation, aren't we? You know?
Yeah, exactly. So what other benefits, other than physical, dietary, and things like that, what sort of lifestyle benefits do you notice?
So in terms of like just general mental health, like if I don't train for 1 week, I will be short with everyone. I will not know why I'm being short with people. I will I'll be too much in my own head. I'll be sort of making up crap in my own head, stuff like that. If I get in and I get 2 or 3 days of consecutive good training, I feel fine. I feel great.
Okay.
And my general perspective on things is just much brighter.
I have a slightly different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I can find jiu-jitsu very frustrating, only because of the nature of the other sports I do as well.
Sure.
However, I find if I don't at least get 1 or 2 sessions in of just jiu-jitsu or of MMA a week, I can be a little bit like I need to go and do something.
Yeah.
On the other side of that, sometimes I reach a point with all of it where I'm like, I need to go and do something else for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I will go and
Burn out. Yeah.
I will literally, I'll go to a weights gym and I'll train there for a month. I'll still come in once, twice a week and do stuff, teach lessons I need to teach. But just to put myself in another environment around with other people, I don't want to be. Sometimes it's important to realise you need to switch up what you're doing, and that's also a benefit of it because you learn to realise when, oh, hang on, no,
So,
I need to go do something else for a little bit.
What I say to guys sometimes is, if I'm training hard and properly, I love jiu-jitsu at the beginning of the week, and by the end of the week, I hate it. Yeah. So if you're training properly for something and you're doing it every single day, by the end of the week, you should be feeling a little bit like
You should be looking forward to your day off.
Yeah.
You should, and your day off. You should be. If someone messaged you and said, "Oh, do you want to do a quick workout? I'll do some of this, do some of that."
Yeah.
You should literally just be like, "No, I do not," because you do need your separation as well.
Yeah. In terms of sort of, that's brought up another little point in my head. If you're thinking about starting BJJ or MMA or stuff, don't sign up for 1 a week. Don't sign up for 1 a week. Don't do it. Don't bother. Sign up for at least 2 because you need that for skill development and for motivation. All right.
Yeah.
You could go whole hog. You could go all in and say I'm going to have a full-time package and that's going to be brilliant. And then you train nuts for a week and you get that sort of that big slump at the end of the week. And if you're not used to that, you can get massively put off really early on. So I'd say go for like a 2 or a 3 because that is going to absolutely develop your skills, all right, and you'll see results and you'll get that rest time because if you're not like us where you train pretty much every day, you're going to get fatigued really quick because your body won't have adapted yet.
There's the other side of that is knowledge retention because so let's take a 4-week block of your time. You're going 2 times a week, so what's that? That's 8 sessions. Yeah, 2, 4, 8. Yeah, we can do maths. So that's 8 hours. What can you learn? So let's imagine you start a new job, right? And your first shift is 7.5 to 8 hours, right? Do you expect you're going to learn your job in that first day? No. Do you think you're going to learn jiu-jitsu in that first
Few months?
In that first month? Definitely not. Okay, you're going to at best maybe understand the principles, some of the principles of one position. So it is. You've got to, and if you can do 3 sessions, now you've done, think of it this way, now you've done maybe a day and a half, 2 days in a month of, if you equate it out like that.
Scaling it up.
So, that's that thing is exposure and time.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. So, thank you very much. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. Thank you very much.
Cheers.